Hey, Stitcher is new. They just updated Stitcher, and it does so many new things. Those of you who use Stitcher to listen to Phil Hulett and Friends every week, you know what I'm talking about. There are so many new features, and Stitcher just keeps getting better and better. Download the free app today. Listen anywhere, anytime, without a Wi-Fi or a cell connection. Stitcher it's an award-winning free. Did I say it's free? It's a free mobile app. You listen to your favorite shows, plus discover the best of news, entertainment, sports on demand. Get the latest episodes of Phil Hulett and Friends faster on Stitcher, and you don't have to worry about it. It continuously updates. Connect with your Facebook account and leave some comments, and then you could even set it so that when you listen, it tells all your friends you're listening to Phil Hulett and Friends, so that they know exactly how cool you are. On demand, on the go, available, that is, for iPhone, Android, and most tablets. If you don't have it, download it free today at Stitcher.com or in your favorite app store. Stitcher!
Scotty, energize. Energize.
Energize, the Law and Friend podcast. This is my midlife. This is the latest incarnation of my media endeavors. All I care about is listening to music and telling fans about their heroes.
Energize, the Law and Friend podcast. Available at aircheck.us or visit the show's Facebook page at facebook.com. Energize, the Law and Friend podcast.
I got a feather in my throat. And here we go with the second hour.
Dander again.
Yes.
Maybe you are allergic. There's something to that.
If I come down with my death of cold after this, Jen.
Thank goodness that Birdo is long gone with Jean.
I was thinking she was going to bring that bird out, and then I was going to be tempted.
You'd be in trouble.
Tempted to see what would happen if I put my finger in front of its beak.
I can tell you what would happen.
Yeah, that thing looked like a tool, a vice grip or something like that. Man. Hey, by the way, if you listen to this here program on iTunes, thank you very much. In the player, there's a place where you can rate the podcast. You can give us 5 stars. Why would you give us 3 stars or 4 stars? When you could give us 5 stars, you could even leave a comment, and you can do it anonymously. You could just put some fake name on there. You could say, fake name loves this podcast, except when they bring birds. So do that if you listen on iTunes, and a lot of people do. We know because we look at the stats, because this is the fastest growing podcast on the planet, this planet Earth.
Is that true? Not one of the other 17.
If it says it right,
one of those Mormon planets.
It says it right here on this piece of paper. Fastest growing podcast on this here planet. All right. So we've got things coming up. I wanted to get you another couple of these WTF things that almost happen in Disney movies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe we can get Chris to sing again.
This one I can't believe, but it is true. These are absolutely true. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs could have featured dwarves named Hickey,
what?
Dirty, Dumpy, and Deafy. According to early notes, Deafy would only hear a word or two of a conversation, leading to, quote-unquote, comical situations.
Misunderstandings.
As much as this representation would have delighted deaf audiences the world around, in the end, Deafy was replaced with Sneezy.
What did Dumpy do?
Well...
What about Hickey?
I know, right?
Oh, weird.
Yeah, Dumpy, that didn't work together with craft services, so they didn't do that.
Yeah.
Disney almost scrapped the iconic spaghetti dinner scene in Lady and the Tramp.
Oh.
What?
Because Walt Disney had a feeling that dogs would look absurd eating spaghetti.
They do. That's why it's so great.
Some of the animators finally changed Walt's mind. And that's one of the most iconic scenes in animated movies ever, isn't it?
Right,
Sure.
it is. I like it.
People, actual people reenact that.
It's sweet.
Yeah. You know who those people are, the ones that go to Disneyland way too much?
I know those people that go to Disneyland.
Yeah, I know a couple too.
The people that go to Disneyland when there's no child involved.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
We just like to hang out.
Yeah.
Do ya?
Well.
Weirdo.
No, some people really like
it's
Disneyland.
Enchanted.
Weirdo.
It's enchanted.
But I love the couple. A friend of mine, actually 2 friends of mine, got married Love them to death. They just had a baby. Baby is like 4 days old, and they're like, "We're going to Disneyland."
Oh, I have a friend that just took their. I think she's 2 months old. The baby, or he's 2 months old now.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing?
The baby is like
miserable.
Oh,
right?
She
At
had
Disneyland.
such a great time. Like, I see the Facebook post. I go, no, you're a whack job.
Well, they get
And
some
you should have your
special
kids
little
taken away
button
from you.
that
That
and
what?
that I don't know that
Certifies
Mickey Mouse
they're an
signs
idiot?
that's like it's your first time at Disneyland.
Now, we took our babies.
Like a merit badge?
We took our babies to Disneyland, but they were a little older.
Right.
Sure.
But there was this whole thing, and I don't expect any of you at this table to relate to this, but there is amongst
There's
young
a bunch
parents
of black and white televisions
the
all over.
childhood thing.
there is amongst young parents, especially new parents, if they have the wherewithal to pull it off. There is a certain competition when it comes to baby stuff like strollers.
Oh.
You know, there are definitely Chevy strollers, and there are definitely Mercedes-Benz strollers.
You gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like your stroller's got navigation on it or
And
something?
so you go to
No.
Disneyland, and they have the rental
It's got
strollers.
butt warmers for your
Right,
baby.
exactly, yeah.
And then there are all the people with the
really
you push
fancy
the button
stuff.
and it snaps and it turns into like a hook and it's just and you put it
the
in your
ones
bag.
with the shocks and the struts and all that.
Low jack on it.
No, the little
The
ones.
spinner rims?
The little one
Right.
that's just like a hammock with wheels on it.
Oh,
And,
exactly.
that's-
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
$1.50 at the 99-cent store.
Ay,
They
ay,
said
ay.
no, that's not 99 cents. Extra 50 cents. Okay, good. I got a stroller.
Yeah.
But then there's the nice ones that you have to order special from a special place. It comes from somewhere special, and you don't have to put it together. But you open it up and it smells like a new car.
Right.
And it's like like $1,000 for a stroller.
Are you kidding me?
What?
Oh, yeah.
Today's prices,
it's-
they were half.
Strollers can be really expensive.
They were half that back in the day. But anyway,
Yeah.
we had a nice baby
Better
blue
push
one.
my baby along by itself for
And-
$1,000.
Right?
And it's got the spring, suspension and the whole thing, and like aerodynamic in the front, the whole deal.
Airbag?
And, yeah, definitely. All and secret compartments,
airbag?
and the lamb's wool and the whole thing.
Oh, wow.
So you pull up, and there are all these strollers, and it's like class wars,
Yeah.
And
That's
okay,
interesting.
Where do you park the stroller? Where do you park? And we had a lock for our stroller. Like
It's like a bike.
Yes, exactly. And
Wow.
so you leave your stroller and you go in line for 3 hours to get on the line, and you're coming back. Well, how hard would it be for somebody with one of those hammock strollers to say,
To
"Hey,
take the other one.
I'll leave ours. That was $1.50. I'll
This one's
take
got
that."
cup
Exactly.
holders.
So anyway, that was a whole deal for us. We were always finding a spot to lock the stroller up
Oh,
and hope
my
that nobody
gosh.
spilled their candy corn on
But
it.
you got to have a trailer to cart that thing around?
No, it's a proud moment. You pick it up, put it in the back of the car.
It's a nice looking Colt.
You're just
little
thinking,
stroller,
wow,
Yeah.
people must be thinking right now, man,
He's doing okay.
who's that family with that stroller?
Oh, barf.
Yeah.
With the Mercedes-Benz emblem on the front.
Whereas all of us are just looking at it going, that poor bastard.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll bet he spent $1,000 on that.
I bet he spent $1,000, and then he's got to drive home in a minivan.
And that's the
Your life
perspective I
sucks.
didn't need you to point out that I already had.
No. We're all looking and going, oh,
Your
man.
life
His
stinks.
life is over. He's got that kid.
Oh, he's got vomit on one shoulder, a kid crying on the other.
And this, in a nutshell, is reality of life, isn't it?
You know, there's
So
actually a
true.
really good book a friend of mine read. It's about parenting.
Yeah.
It's called All Joy, No Fun.
Oh.
That is a perfect way, I think, to
That
sum
really,
up
that
parenting.
really is.
By the
Yeah.
way,
Sounds depressing.
by the way,
know.
8 years,
I'll stick to bar chicks for a while.
Fun is way better.
8 or
than
9
joy,
years
isn't it?
later, the same stroller was in service for the third child. So that just gives you an idea
Yeah,
how things
see,
go.
Wow.
Right? It's a new parent thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, Jen, what else is happening in the news?
Oh, lots of good stuff. Okay. This is not really a news story. I'm just going to start with a personal pet peeve about news stories that appear online.
All right. I love it.
Okay, there is, and you've probably seen it if you're in California, there's this rampant social media speculation that there's going to be a historic blockbuster winter storm affecting over 2/3 of the U.S. east of the Rockies. It's a hoax. There's going to not be some historic storm. This is not a real story.
It's a hoax.
But did you see it all over Facebook? There's this huge storm, and we do have a huge storm coming in. So there's a grain of truth in it. And actually, the person who posted it on my Facebook is a pilot.
Really?
Someone who is
He knows the
watching
weather
the weather.
patterns.
Exactly. So to me, it's kind of like there's The Onion. Everybody knows that satire.
Sure.
But here's this guy who's posting this thing about this epic storm that's going to come and be the biggest storm since 1983, and it's going to cause tornadoes in California, and it's going to be this huge Southern California thing.
So like
an apocalyptic
Thank
type.
you.
One of those?
Yes.
Easy
Yes.
for me to say.
And I am...
I know. What's your pet peeve about it? I
My
don't get
pet
it.
peeve is people will see that, and I have heard people talking that, oh, yeah, it's going to be the worst storm since 83 coming day after tomorrow or tomorrow. And it's not true.
Well, what is coming? What can we
It's
expect?
just what we can expect is the biggest storm since 2 years ago.
March of 2012.
Just
Right.
rain, a little excessive
A little bit of
wind.
rain. It's going to be a cold storm. It's going to be, we're going to get more rain than we've seen for a while.
Which is a good thing,
We might
right?
get mudslides in the mountains.
Yeah.
They have that alert going on. But see, that's the thing. This historic winter storm hoax has just that much truth in it. And it's not humorous satire, but it gets posted and reposted and reposted and reposted.
So your pet peeve is the fact that some journalists didn't do their job and now it caught fire.
Well,
Oh,
no,
I know what
no.
it is. I know what it is. See, you are a trained journalist.
Right. So I
that's
don't
what
just
I'm
go.
saying.
I just don't go posting stuff that.
Right.
By the way,
But your craft has been taken over by all these other people who are
There's-
not trained.
this
So
conspiracy.
you're jealous you didn't think of it
No,
first.
it's a conspiracy theory website called The Weather Space. It's run by a guy named Kevin Martin. He's a fake meteorologist, and he thrives on creating hoax weather forecasts to drive, page clicks to his website. So everybody clicks on it because they're like, ugh. And it mimics the National Weather Service official forecast just close enough to make it seem official. So
but not close enough to be sued?
well, because he can say it's satire.
Right.
And to me, satire is supposed to be funny.
Well, not necessarily, but okay.
I don't know. It makes me crazy. So anyway, if you see these things on Facebook, don't just repost them. Look and make sure that it's actually a real thing. If there's one source,
Do you think people are like barricading their windows and stocking up on canned goods?
I have heard literally in the last 3 or 4 days, I've heard 4 or 5 people throughout this is the biggest storm since 83, and it all came from that one fake website.
So the issue is with the guy.
It's with the guy, but it's also okay.
Can we get him on? Can we get him on the show?
Yeah.
We probably could because he is kind of a little crazy. There's the Daily
We like
Current.
that.
There's the Daily Current. There's the Borowitz Report. Everybody kind of knows that that's a fake thing, but people get up in arms. I mean, there are fake little celebrity reports that people talk about.
This
and
is
think are
one
real.
thing that you really are I think, are very guilty of right
Mm-hmm.
now. You are giving people too much credit. People are dumb. And they will believe anything you throw at them. That's
why
you
you
and
have
I
to be
and
responsible.
Phil, we take our jobs responsible.
very seriously.
But it doesn't mean
Yes.
everybody else has to, because anybody's going to do whatever they can to make a buck.
Yeah.
So if I can take advantage,
Yeah.
I applaud the guy because he's smart.
Well,
if you can take advantage of
everybody's
an idiot
stupidity.
and you can make money
See,
off it,
when
why
you
not?
see
You're not
something
hurting
that's-
anybody.
You see something on The Onion, you know it's going to be a funny story, and you
Right.
know it's fake right away.
Yeah, but people are dumb.
Yeah,
They still
that's
see a
true.
headline. How many people have bought The Onion going, oh my God, Obama's dead.
Can you
He's
believe
dead.
that? Well, okay. How about? Well, I can't really think of the one. There was a report that Justin Bieber had gone into a Starbucks shirtless and got all mad that they were refusing him service, and that there was some Laker was sitting nearby and told him, "Hey, bro, calm down."
I believe it.
Right, and it wasn't even. It was just a story on a thing, and everybody posted it, and it's like, oh, this is on a fake news website. It's not even real.
See,
and
that-
it wasn't. There was nothing in there to make
Substantiate
it seem,
it? But that's the whole
but there
thing.
was
It's
nothing
like-
in there to make it seem like it was a funny story. Like there was nothing outrageous enough that it would
Well,
tip
Justin
you off.
Bieber shirtless is
Yeah,
pretty
but how
funny
many
to me.
people do you think know
like-
that the Borowitz report is,
Right.
is
This
satire?
is what I'm saying. You're
I know
giving
because
people
it's
way
not.
too much credit.
It's not funny enough.
It'll go through 5,000 people before somebody like you and me and the people in this room go, okay, wait a
Yeah.
second. Let me check this out because this doesn't seem so right to me.
It makes me crazy. So I guess what I would say is my first story of this hour is debunking the story that I have seen more often this week. That is the big fake storm. That's
Good job, Jen.
Yeah,
Okay.
because all it's going to do is get water in somebody's mocha latte,
Right, and-
frufflati, whatever those
and-
are called. Yeah.
water
Costs
on the
you 15
cars.
bucks.
Yes.
There's going to be water on the cars.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a sec. Keep talking.
Wait, hold on. Wait a second.
It's going to rain. This is
Phil's got to
perfect.
play with his new
This
toy.
is comedic
I'll
timing at its
catch up on it
best.
now.